Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Coach Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. And we got a really good one in store to start season number 5. We got our first neutral site game in this dynasty, and we're taking on an extremely talented football team. We are taking on the 11th ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers from the Big Ten Conference. And they got a great squad, man. A- overall team, A+ offense, A- defense. They are a little bit better than us on paper, but Lee Corso is going to be rocking with us in this one, so I am super excited about this. Good neutral site game. It's going to be one heck of a battle, and I certainly can't wait for it. Real quick though, since we did have a couple of new coordinators, I want to show the playbooks that we will be running, at least for the duration of this season. For the defense, I already talked about that a little bit. 4-2-5. Gonna be more emphasis on our defensive backs, which, you know, they played solid last year, but, you know, gonna be testing that depth a little bit. And then on the offensive side of the ball, we will be running a Utah spread playbook. So Utah spread, that is a spread offense, and it's gonna make things really interesting because we're not very deep at wide receiver from a talent perspective. We only have one wide out, over 70 overall, so that's gonna be a huge test for us this year. But that being said, that's the beauty of the challenge, man. Gotta be able to make adjustments, and we're gonna have to find a way to try to replicate that success that we had last season. But enough talk, let's go ahead and head ourselves down to Mercedes-Benz Stadium down in Atlanta, Georgia, where we will play our first neutral site game. Gonna be a great one, man. Make sure you go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe as well if you happen to be brand new. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on the field. So let's go ahead and get season number 5 officially underway, as Timmy Mclean and his offense taking the field, using the neon green alternates, and what a dot to Trey Myers to start the game, a 25-yard bomb. And that's going to be one of the biggest questions of this season. Not Timmy Mclean, we know he's a bad man, but this receiving core, one of the youngest in all of college football right now, only returning the one receiver who even stepped on the field last year for us. This is a very new receiving core for us as we drop back again on 1st and 10. And that is the receiver that has the most experience, Spencer Tate. Able to sit down in coverage, pick it up on the curl route. And it's a good looking drive for the Bulls to start this game, as Timmy Mclean going off of a speed option right now. He's going to pick up a gain of 8 for the USF Bulls. But a 3rd and short coming up here, going with some triple option action. That's something interesting that I found about this Utah State playbook early on this season, is that even though it is more of a spread offense, it still utilizes a little bit of that triple option that we used back at Air Force. For those that have been watching the series since year number 1, as Ray almost got himself into the end zone. He was right there, but we're going to be stopped at maybe like the 1 or 2 inch line. Is not a lot of space left, so 3rd and inches. We can technically pick up the first down, but let's just go ahead and get 6 now, and we do just that. Timmy Mclean finds the end zone. Touchdown, USF. And here we are in the Chick-fil-A kickoff game, and we drove down on the number 11 team in the nation, taking an early 7-0 lead. And we also forced Nebraska to go 3 and out on their next possession. So really a chance here to make a statement, as Ben Archie, he's going to take it to the outside. Picks up a gain of 11. He is going to be a big piece for our offense this season. Not because I don't trust Timmy Mclean, but because I don't want to put these receivers in a position where they're going to be forced to make plays. If we can run the ball a little bit more often with Ben Archie, that would be ideal. And he's certainly up to the challenge. You already know Ben Archie, really good backup last year. He is now in that full-time starting role for us. But now, 2nd and 6 coming up. Gonna hit him with a play action. Gotta pass it too sometimes. And we find Nate Steffens, who might have been put into the hospital if it wasn't for the fact this guy does watch the hockey highlights. But 3rd and long coming up. Gonna try to pick up the first. Looking, getting it out to Ray. And it's a 4-yard gain for Tyler Ray, but it's going to be well short of that first down marker. But that's already going to wrap up this first quarter. We're only up 7-0, but the defense is looking great. Offense not too shabby. As we do end up forcing yet another 3 and out on Nebraska. They still have not gotten a single first down in this entire game yet. The defense certainly came to play. Let's see if we can put some more points on the board for our offense. As we'll go ahead and hand it off to Ben Archie up the middle once more. He will pick up the sticks. A little 3-yard scamper. As it leads to a 2nd and long coming up. Keeping it on the ground. Archie, right-hand side, trying to get away from a linebacker. And, actually did so until running into a defensive back. Making it 3rd and short, so a very manageable situation for sure. We can certainly pick up this 3rd down as we got a check down guy over to our Scott Morris, but he can't turn soon enough. But we only need 1 more inch, so you already know what time it is. We are going to go for it here on 4th down as McLean drops back, looks to the right, finds his tight end again, as Scott Morris will pick up the 1st down. And it's a brand new set of chains for the American Conference Bowls. As it's now a 1st and 10 again. And going to halfback draws. Ben Archie finding some space up the middle. Nebraska not expecting that. That's what happens when you can do such a great job on the offensive side of the football. As it leads to a 2nd and 4. Archie. No, this is actually a different running back. Kenneth Simmons. He did not see the field at all last year. That's his first carry of the year. And he's a nice little power back. Not somebody that is going to make somebody miss, but he will try to run over you every single time. And what a dot! Nathan Steffens up the seam. Able to get it in the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Florida. And Timmy Mclean is off to a fast start. 12 for 12 to start this one. How about that, Timmy Mclean coming to play? And it's a 14-0 lead for the 16th ranked team in the nation. And we got Nebraska on the ropes here as Nebraska will end up handing it off to Richardson. Does make a man miss, as it will be a 9-yard gain for Corey Richardson. The biggest play of the game so far for Nebraska. And we're like a quarter and a half in already as Richardson looking to build off it. Got some decent blocks. Nugent can't break the tackle. And look at this. It's a foot race down the sideline. Can somebody bring him down? Jalen Stokes? No. Finally caught from behind, though, but a 57-yard run puts the Nebraska Cornhuskers in the red zone as they go to a different running back. This is Andy Black. Makes a couple of cuts, and he's in the end zone. An immediate response right away for the Nebraska Cornhuskers as they get that goose egg off the scoreboard. And they make it a 14-7 game. That deficit now officially cut in half. So we're back at it again with the white fans as our offense is back on the field. Had a really good possession last time out. Let's see if we can go ahead and replicate that. Let's see if we can go ahead and get 2 touchdowns in a row. As we'll go with the speed option on 2nd and short. As halfback was taken by the pitch responsibility. So Timmy Mclean took a nice little lane and easy 1st down. You love to see it. As one thing that makes Timmy Mclean so dangerous is not only can he throw the football, he has a fantastic arm, but he is also extremely mobile. One of the best quarterbacks in America coming into this season. I would be shocked if this man did not make it to the NFL, especially as a 99 overall guy. With the size that you want, as we got somebody down on the field. Looks like Ben Archie got to hold himself a little bit. So now Kenneth Simmons comes back into the game. It's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, but the route was ran by Holy Cross. We were trying to connect with Tyler Ray. And that's going to be a big adjustment for us for this season. Is that last year we could throw those balls because our receivers were more likely to win those one-on-one matchups. But because we only have one experienced receiver, the rest are, either at or below 70 overall. We're not going to win one-on-one very often. So, unlike last year, we're going to need to use our schematics a little bit more this year in order to go about, getting our wide receivers open. It's not going to be as easy in the passing game. So we'll see how this offense responds after an interception on the last possession, as we'll hand off again to Kenneth Simmons, who, hey, Kevin Simmons, not nearly as fast as Ben Archie, but like I said, he will pick up a couple extra yards before going down. There's no doubt about that. And we also get a face mask penalty to help us out a little bit as well, as that is taxed on another 15 yards. And once again, we're back in the red zone. McLean needs a block, and he gets it, and it's another touchdown for Southern Florida, this time on the ground for Timmy Mclean. And the lead grows bigger, 21-7, and that's Timmy McLean's third touchdown of this game. Just out here being the best player on the field, what we expect him to be throughout the course of this season. Because as long as we got Timmy McLean healthy, we have a chance to do some amazing things this year. We're eyeing that national championship, I'll tell you what. But Harburg and company is tired of the talk of this USF offense. They're back out on the field themselves, as they have at least a chance to get some more points on the board before the end of the first half. As 3rd and 10 comes around, Harburg throw it over the middle and finds Thomas Fidone II for a 15-yarder to tight end, keeping the chains moving. As Nebraska still has a couple of timeouts to work with, they have an opportunity to do something. As Harburg, he's going to scramble, takes a hit, but will not fumble the football though. And it will be another first down for the Cornhuskers. As now we're under a minute left here in this first half. Harburg dropping back, has a little bit of time and finds Fidone II again. Does end up getting stood up by Jalen Stokes. But now in the red zone, Nebraska looks to take advantage. 3rd and long, Harburg looking. We see that it's a screen. We get there, still managing to get the completion. We got guys ready, and somehow Sean Hardy II avoids all of those tackles. Bruh, what is we doing? I mean, look at this. We were ready to intercept the ball. Couldn't do that because someone blocked us last second. We had 3 guys there, and nobody was able to make the tackle. So we're only up by 7 once again, as we do have the ball here with 20 seconds left. And how about that throw? Scott Morris, the tight end, gashing Nebraska. And we thought about kneeling to go into halftime, but now that we're in Nebraska territory, we could do something here as we try to dump it off to Kenneth Simmons, but he can't quite get his head around quick enough. So a 3rd and long coming up for this USF offense, as Timmy McClain looking, gonna throw over the middle and finds Nate Steffens again. He's having quite a connection with the true sophomore, as Nate Steffens running the perfect seam route. Safety had to choose. He chose the wrong man. And we're looking good so far, man. Going into halftime, we're up 28-14. Not to mention we get the ball to start the second half. So the second half now officially arrives. And like I said, man, we get the ball to start the second half. Let's see if we can put an early dagger, as McLean didn't have time to throw the football, as Brandon Haynes comes screaming off the corner. Just did not pick him up, unfortunately. And a 3rd and long. Not how we wanted to start the second half. We need Timmy McClain to make a play. McClain looking to the left, and unfortunately, we did not get that ball thrown far enough. And it's going to be an interception for the true freshman Nate Barnes, who takes it back to the end zone. A touchdown for Nebraska. And just like that, we're only up by a touchdown. I felt like we were very dominant in that first half, but despite that, unfortunately for us, we will only have that 7-point lead. And that's just because of the mistakes that we've had. You know, as great as we were on offense today, 2 turnovers against a team like Nebraska, that is not a successful formula 9 times out of 10. As we'll throw over the middle, Spencer Tate taking an absolute shot, but will still hang on and catch the football anyways. So now, 1st and 10 coming up. McLean in the shotgun. He's going to look to his left. Finds Spencer Tate with that nice little out route and pick up a gain of 7. So now, 2nd and 3 coming up again. And McLean is still in that shotgun. They're still going one-on-one. And, hey, those out routes, those in routes, those usually do work out pretty darn well for us. But a 3rd and long means we got some work to do. McLean, 5 wide set, going to drop back. He's looking for somebody to make a play. He's going to just run for the 1st down. It's a foot race down the sideline and is going to get there without being touched as well. 12-yard gain for the senior quarterback. And it says pressure to downs as we work ourselves into the red zone as McLean looks left and it's broken up by David Holycross. If we had a little bit more patience, we had an open receiver downfield, but kind of felt the pressure there, and that will lead to an incompletion. McLean looking left, finds Spencer Tate, finds forward to the 1st down marker, and almost gets to the end zone. In a goal line situation for the Bulls, as McLean looking for the read option. Is this rushing touchdown number 3? Yes, it is. Touchdown, Southern Florida. And how about Timmy Mclean having himself a day? That's his 5th touchdown of this ball game, and a 2-touchdown differential because of it. Let's see if our defense can match that same energy as Harbord looking to run on the outside, almost breaking a couple of tackles, but he does fall forward instead. Nice little 8-yard gain on that one. Is now 2nd and 9 coming up. Harburg gonna hand it off to Corey Richardson and takes Marvin Jackson on a little bit of a ride, but a 7-yard gain. Gonna bring up 3rd and short. See if our boys can get him off the field again. Big play here to make sure this game doesn't get out of hand, as Corey Richardson, he's got some blocks downfield and gets to about midfield. 1st down, Cornhuskers. As Nebraska continues to march downfield, as Harburg looks around, 4 wide receivers set, and Thomas Vidone just hit it in that zone coverage. Little 5-yard gain. And Harburg's going to have to make some plays at some point because, you know, if they just keep going back and forth, I mean, the defense obviously needs to stop, right? They need to stop us somehow, but, I mean, they can't just continue to run the football. They got to make some big plays downfield as well. And for the most part, with the exception of the end of the first half, they haven't necessarily done that. So now 2nd and 9. Andy Black gets blown up in the backfield. And this is exactly where we want him. Put him in the hands of Andy Hallberg for a 3rd and long. Only going to send 3 different guys. Harburg dropping back. He's got some time looking over the middle of the field and finds Sean Hardy to 2nd. 18 yards. And we give up a 1st down on a 3rd and long. My defensive coordinator crying in the corner as Corey Richardson gets another run on 1st and 10. Somehow gets out of it. And if he kept his feet, that was going to be a touchdown. There was nobody else between him and the end zone. We got lucky there. As they got lucky, Jamari Stewart had his hands on the football. But there's a reason why he plays defensive line, and on the offensive side of the ball, my man got butterfingers. And on 3rd and goal, Andy Black gonna take care of the rest, and it's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska. And the Cornhuskers do end up responding back to just a 1-possession game. So definitely some more back and forth banter here in the third quarter. Who is going to end up blinking first? Will it be us or will it be Nebraska? Because they score in their last possession. Now the pressure is going to be on us. 2nd and 5. Got a free wide set. Side end on the right-hand side. As Mclean looks over the middle. Finds Nate Steffens. Going to try to follow the blockers. And moves forward to about the 40-yard line. Another first down for Southern Florida. He's been a big target today. As another 1st and 10 ensues. Timmy looking. Gonna drop it off to Myers, but he could not corral it in, unfortunately. And that will be an incompletion. So 2nd and 10 because we would have not gotten a lot of yards anyways. But we will pick up some more with Spencer Tate, who fights his way forward, and they are going to give him the first down. I didn't think that he got there personally, but honestly, I'm not going to complain. Y'all already know how it is. As we try to get to Nate Steffens again, but there's another drop on this possession. In a 2nd and 10 because of it. So 2 drops already on this drive as Mclean looking downfield. He's got a man, throws it up in the air. What a dive by Nate Steffens. 39 yards. As that wraps up the third quarter, we got a barn burner here in Atlanta. Who's going to come out on top, us or Nebraska? Let's get those fours, baby, up in the air, and let's finish strong. So let's go, baby. 3rd and 15 coming up here as Mclean in the shotgun. Looks quickly over to the left-hand side, but Spencer Tate gets blown up like a Christmas tree. And we will have to settle for a field goal, but it will make it a 2-possession game at the very least. So we do force Nebraska, have a little bit more urgency. I mean, it's early in the 4th quarter, but you're down by 2 scores. They can't necessarily take their time because they will need the ball back no matter what happens one more time in order to potentially come back on us. But let's see if our defense can bite that right now. Let's see if we can end this game right here, right now. Put a dagger into them. 2nd and 13. Harburg. Play action. Over the middle. Finds Spadone the second again. And a 9-yarder that does make it a more manageable 3rd down. As Nebraska is 6 for 10 on 3rd down conversions. Looking for a 7. Richardson. He's got some space to work with, but he can't make the first down marker. It's going to be 4th down. But the Cornhuskers keep their offense on the field. 4th and short. Richardson. It's Andy Black. Getting the handoff, and he will be denied. The defense makes a stand. And we get the football right back into our hands. And a couple of 3 and outs do end up ensuing because we couldn't take advantage of the turnover on downs, but Nebraska couldn't do anything either. So we got J.R. Perdot out there. Different return man, but he's got some explosiveness. Down at the 30 to 25. He's going to be chopped down at about the 20-yard line. 36-yard kick return. That puts the Bulls basically into the red zone, and we haven't even started this drive yet. So a really great opportunity to knock some time off the clock, get a touchdown, all that good stuff. As that is Kenneth Simmons with another carry up the middle, a gain of 6. And he's the type of guy that needs some more carries. He gets better as the game goes on. So that's something to think about if Ben Archie is going to be gone in the long term. Still have not seen for sure what his injury was. So that's something that we will need to monitor as we're down in a 3rd and goal. Mclean looking for the dagger, is going to get it. That is Tyler Ray winning on his route and getting in the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Florida. And it's now 45-28 following the extra point. So now Heinrich Harburg and the Nebraska offense need to go in a 2-minute drill. And even if they score, they need a prayer, but that's not going to help. Harburg gets chopped down by Jamari Stewart, who won off the edge. One-on-one matchup, that is asking for some serious trouble. And now 3rd and long, we're going to send the pressure Harburg got a clean pocket, looking to the left-hand side, and Carter makes the catch and will be given the first down, saving a timeout for Nebraska. As Harburg has to throw again, 1st and 10, facing pressure down the left-hand side, but finds his tight end again, Fidone the second, and able to get out of bounds as well. 1st and 10, now in USF territory. Harburg looking again, another tight end, Kareen, and he makes it out of bounds as well. Nebraska being very efficient with their time, given the situation. Can they keep it up, though, as Harburg throwing quickly to the right-hand side, and we can't make the tackle. And he's able to get out of bounds, too. Man, that should have been a loss. Come on, guys. What are we doing? And now 2nd and 4. Harburg throwing again. Looking. Has some time. Finds Tunnins. He had to come back for that football a little bit. But a first down for the Cornhuskers. And inside the red zone now as Harburg looks to the end zone. Fires and finds the custom prospect, Eli Thompson. The true sophomore, I believe. He gets his first collegiate catch in a massive neutral site game that helps the Cornhuskers get back within 10 points. But unless they get this onside kick, none of that will matter. And look at that, we end up recovering the onside kick. Nebraska, they will try their best. They still have those free timeouts, but we will take care of business. And we will open season number 5 in a massive neutral site game. One of the bigger games in USF regular season history. And we end up beating the Cornhuskers by a final score of 45-35, putting America on notice. Alright, boys, so one heck of a win here on neutral site, neutral ground. And we find a way to beat the number 11 team in the nation. And doing it pretty convincingly as well. You know, we only won by 10, but this is a type of game that could have certainly been even more lopsided, in my opinion. But Nebraska found a way to make it competitive. You know, gotta give them credit where credit is due. And for the most part, held their offense in check. You know, they did put 162 on the ground. They found some success in the second half, but 289 yards passing, 172 on the ground for us. 50% on third down conversions, 2 for 2 on fourths. And we also got intercepted twice. That was the unfortunate part. We did not win the turnover battle, but that strong start really catapulted us to our first win of the season. So let's check out the stats for our guys real quick. As Timmy Mclean, he was simply special out there, man. 25 for 35, 289, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Keep in mind, this is with a brand new playbook and also with a completely different group of wide receivers to work with. So the fact that he put up this kind of numbers still just shows you how special of a football player he is. And he led the team in rushing yards too, 19 for 70, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Kenneth Simmons did have to come in for a little bit because Ben Archie did get hurt, 11 for 51. Ben Archie had 9 for 48. Now, I gotta give credit where credit is due. This receiving core, it's a young group, man, but they certainly stepped up. Spencer Tate led the team in catches today, ended up with 8 for 78 in this one. And then Nathan Steffens, a true sophomore wide receiver, ended up burning this defense pretty good. 6 for 120, 2 touchdowns. Tyler Ray also found the end zone in his collegiate debut, actually. 5 catches, 20 yards, and a touchdown to go with it. Now, one thing I did want to note real quick is that custom prospect Eli Thompson, he's here at Nebraska. He signed a few years back. He actually got his first collegiate catch today as well. That went for a 14-yard touchdown, so congratulations to Eli Thompson there. Defensively, you know, this is a team that fought hard, you know, had a great start in the first quarter, and that really propelled us to a victory here. Jalen Stokes led the team in tackles today, ended up with 9 tackles and a TFL. Eric Houston wasn't too far behind. He's a new starter there at strong safety. Playing pretty well overall, 8 tackles, 3 TFLs on the day. We did only manage to get a couple of sacks though. Joe McCormick, in his only tackle, he managed to get a sack. And then Jamari Stewart also got a sack as well. He ended up with 3 tackles and 2 TFLs. We did not get any turnovers. We did not get any interceptions. and we did not get any fumbles. So, got to be a little bit better for forcing turnovers moving forward, but hey, a win is a win, and this is one of the toughest opponents we'll play, so rest should be a little bit easier moving forward. But next episode, we will go ahead and have our very first home game of the regular season here in season number 5. We'll be taking on the Michigan State Spartans from the Big Ten, who may not be ranked, but they also are a solid team. So it should be a good one. Make sure you smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you have to be brand new. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one.